Since the dawn of recorded history, one celestial body has stood apart, not just as a planet, but as something far more sinister. Saturn. For thousands of years, every ancient civilization gazed at it with a fear and reverence that goes beyond mere astronomy. The Romans called it Saturn, the Greeks Cronus, the Phoenicians Baal-Hamon, and the Hindus Shani. But these were not just names, they were warnings. Warnings about a cosmic warden, the ultimate jailer of souls, the master of time and fate itself. Why would every culture, separated by continents and centuries, worship the same force not as a giver of life but as a devourer? Not as a god of creation but a god of endings? The myth of Cronus eating his children isn't a simple fairy tale. It's a symbolic truth. It's the dark secret of a cosmic cycle designed to trap every soul in endless reincarnation, crushing every spark of true consciousness before it can escape. Saturn is not a planet. It is a prison. A cage forged not of metal or stone, but of time, karma, and cosmic law. It is the architect of the cycle we call life, death, and rebirth. A cycle that does not liberate, but enslaves. And the power structures on Earth? Political, religious, academic, they are all Saturnian by design, mirroring the cruel hierarchy and ritual sacrifice that this force demands. What if everything you thought about freedom, enlightenment, and spiritual awakening was a lie? What if the very structure of our reality was created to keep you imprisoned? Today, we unravel the greatest secret of all. The hidden truth of Saturn, the celestial jailer. Throughout history, Saturn has been known as the devourer of children, but not literally. This imagery represents something far more terrifying: the destruction of potential. Each soul born into this world is a spark of consciousness, a fragment of the divine trying to ascend. But Saturn crushes these sparks under the weight of cyclical time, devouring the very essence of what could be. Devouring is not an act of violence, but one of cosmic law. Saturn governs the cycles of cause and effect, karma and fate. Every mistake, every delay, every punishment is Saturn's way of tightening the chains around your spirit. You live, you die, you forget, and the cycle repeats. This system is not accidental, but designed with Saturn as its ruthless warden. Ancient priesthoods didn't just watch Saturn from afar. Their power, their rituals, their social orders were built around worshipping and embodying the principles Saturn represents: control, sacrifice, inversion of order. The Roman festival of Saturnalia wasn't a celebration, but a ritual chaos, a temporary inversion of society reflecting Saturn's nature. It punished the light and exalted darkness. Saturn's domain extends beyond mythology. It is encoded in our calendars, our language, even the very way we measure time. Saturday, the day dedicated to Saturn, was once the true day of rest, a sacred pause now forgotten. The systems that rule us, the laws, the institutions, they are all reflections of this ancient cosmic prison. Have you ever noticed the strange symbolism around us? Black robes worn by judges and priests, square hats at graduations, and the endless presence of cubes in architecture? This is not mere coincidence or fashion. The black cube is Saturn's symbol. It is the altar of control, limitation, and hierarchy. This symbol is ancient. From the Kaaba in Mecca to modern memorials and scientific institutions, the black cube appears as a silent oath to Saturn's power. It represents boundaries of time, space, and spirit. The cube confines, it hardens reality. Wearing black robes or square caps is not tradition, but ritual, a public alignment with Saturnian control. This dark symbolism extends into Gnostic cosmology, where Saturn is the chief of the archons, the false rulers of the material realm. These are not demons in the traditional sense, but jailers of the soul, enforcing the amnesia that keeps us trapped in this simulation. Saturn is the one who strips away memory, who ensures every soul forgets its divine origin at birth. Saturn is associated with chains, hourglasses, and sickles, symbols of harvest, time running out, and bondage. These aren't random images, but coded warnings about the endless cycle of reincarnation. There is no escape, only endless return and extraction. The worship of Saturn isn't isolated to one culture or religion. It's a global, synchronized system of control. Every ancient civilization, from Babylon to Egypt, from Greece to India, embedded Saturnian principles deep into their spiritual frameworks. This synchronization speaks not of myth, but of a shared, hidden knowledge passed down through secret priesthoods. The elite of Babylon, Egypt, and Rome aligned their power structures around Saturn. Their temples, ziggurats, and pyramids were not just monuments, but coded machines aligned to Saturn's celestial path. Saturn wasn't merely observed, it was the axis around which earthly power revolved. This global Saturnian imprint continues today, though hidden beneath layers of modernity. Political hierarchies, religious dogmas, academic institutions all reflect the Saturnian paradigm. Authority imposed from above, obedience demanded, sacrifice ritualized. Guilt, sin, and punishment are spiritual currencies in this system. Even our concept of time, seconds, minutes, hours, is Saturnian. It is not a gift of life, but a cage, every tick another link in the chain binding us. We live in a matrix of time ruled by the celestial jailer, enforced by a bureaucracy of soul contracts and cosmic legalism. The mainstream religious narrative hides a terrifying secret, buried deep in forbidden scriptures, censored, burned, or locked away in secret archives. These ancient texts reveal Saturn not as a benign god, but as the highest authority in a cosmic prison system. The Gnostic Gospels describe Saturn as Yaldabaoth, the false creator god who proclaims himself the only God and enforces the veil of forgetfulness. He sits atop the 7 planetary rulers, the archons, as their chief judge. His role? To prevent souls from escaping the material prison, to harvest them endlessly. Other banned scriptures describe astral gatekeepers who demand passwords and rituals to pass through the heavens, with Saturn as the final, most ruthless barrier. The soul's journey is one of interrogation, judgment, and recycling, not salvation. The Valentinian texts speak of a divine fullness beyond the cosmos, unreachable unless the soul breaks through the outer darkness. Saturn's realm of control. Saturn's robes are not divine light, but counterfeit glory, a mask of godhood hiding chains of imprisonment. These forbidden texts reveal the true nature of the universe, a prison, a trap, a system designed to harvest and contain divine sparks, all orchestrated by the cosmic jailer, Saturn. Today, the ancient Saturnian system has become the invisible skeleton of the modern world. The matrix you live in is built on Saturn's principles: control, hierarchy, limitation, and fear. Our governments, religions, education systems, and social structures are all reflections of this cosmic prison. Modern science dismisses Saturn as a dead gas giant, ignoring thousands of years of encoded warnings, but NASA itself recorded a constant 60 Hz hum emanating from Saturn's poles, a machine-like sound that defies natural explanation. Why would a dead planet produce such a tone? The black cube appears everywhere: Manhattan, Mecca, CERN, Holocaust memorials, not as isolated cultural symbols, but as a unified sign of Saturn's power. Corporate logos, architectural forms, even technology design echo this ancient symbol, declaring allegiance to the force behind the illusion. You are born into a system designed to suppress your memory, to trap your consciousness in repetitive loops of suffering disguised as growth. Every law, every ritual, every punishment, every moment of guilt or fear traces back to Saturn, the cosmic warden who never sleeps. Saturn is no ordinary planet. It is the cage that imprisons your soul, the force that controls time, karma, and the cycle of reincarnation. It is the ancient god of order, law, and punishment, worshipped not for giving life, but for taking it. It is the architect of the matrix, the hidden force behind every hierarchy, every ritual, and every system of control on Earth. The truth has been hidden in plain sight, encoded in myths, symbols, forbidden texts, and secret rites. But now you. No, the cosmic jailer is real and you are trapped. The question is, will you remain a prisoner or will you awaken and fight the system? If this revelation disturbed you, if it cracked open your reality even a little, then you must stay vigilant. Question everything, seek forbidden knowledge, and most importantly, share this truth before the cosmic jailer tightens his chains even more. Subscribe to Doom Theory for more dark truths hidden from the public. Like this video if you want to break free. Comment below, what's your theory about Saturn? And remember, the prison is real, but awareness is the first key to escape.